Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to Skyworld. Georgia has been on many people's radar recently. It's a small democratic country in the South Caucasus region that has recently become a popular tourist destination. In this video we'll take a look at its second largest city, Batumi. Wow, that's an endless beach. Nice weather. Where are we? Welcome to Batumi, Georgia. It's a resort city on the Black Sea. It's been getting more and more popular with the tourists from all over the world. Nice beaches, pebble though, but still very enjoyable. Well, let's see what it's all about. Batumi is located on the coast of the Black Sea in Georgia's southwest. It enjoys a subtropical climate and much of its economy revolves around tourism and gambling. Most tourists come from Russia, Iran, Turkey, Central Asia, and Europe, but it hasn't always been this way. In the Soviet days, it was more of a poor city and a fishing town. This is what it looked like in the 1980s, and this is what it looks like now. A Soviet city becoming a Las Vegas. This is what capitalism does. Since around 2007, Batumi has been transforming beyond recognition by the construction of modern high-rise hotels and casinos, as well as the restoration of the classical 19th century buildings in the old town. But Las Vegas is not just about gambling, so now it's a party town with great nightlife, pop stars, big-name DJs, and beachfront clubs. Batumi is different though, so let's take a look at different parts of the city. There's your typical residential Batumi, with Soviet apartment blocks, claws hanging on the ropes, and men playing backgammon in the yards. This part hasn't changed at all, it seems. You know, the typical residential areas where you won't find a lot of tourists, but if you want to stay for cheap, that's the place to go. Then you have the modern resort part of Batumi, high-rise hotels with condos and swimming pools. So this part is pretty new. You know, high-rise is very comfortable. A lot of them have swimming pools. And then there's the Batumi Boulevard, which is 7 kilometers long, about 5 miles long, and you can go jogging, cycling, whatever comes to your mind. So it's very well equipped. There's a lot of sports equipment everywhere. And finally, there's the old historic center that stays busy all the time. It's my favorite part. It has mesmerizing architecture, live music, delicious food, and cobblestone streets. Batumi is a historical city, and it has a lot of cobblestone streets, which is very charming, but at the same time makes your ride so shaky, so sometimes it's really annoying. The old town reflects the city's complicated history through different time periods. This area belonged to the Ottoman Empire, the Russian Empire, and I bet you didn't know this, but Batumi was also part of the British Empire. Surprised? It's true, though only for 2 years after the First World War, 1918 to 1920. Yes, this is British troops marching in Batumi. There's definitely some charm when it comes to back streets of Batumi, of the old town. You know, some buildings are almost falling apart, not in the best shape, dilapidated, but it just feels so right. You know, you like walking and admiring, like, oh, a palm tree, you know, brand new car. And then very old building from the 19th century has a humid subtropical climate, which is influenced by the onshore flow from the Black Sea and the nearby mountains, resulting in significant rainfall throughout most of the year, making Batumi the wettest city in the entire Caucasus region and the perfect place to grow anything from tea to citrus fruits. The city is also an important seaport and has industries like food processing and light manufacturing. Salaries are low though, just like in the rest of Georgia, ranging from $200 to $500 a month. So what are some things to do in Batumi? You can start by taking a walk along the Batumi Boulevard. It's a fantastic 8-kilometer long promenade along the seacoast. There are separate bike paths and lots of things to do. You can relax on the beach. It's endless, so it's never too crowded, and if you're lucky, you're going to see some dolphins. You can take a cable car that will take you to the top of Leafy Anuria Mountain, offering stunning views of the Black Sea and the city. How you doing? Where you guys from? About Turkey? It's really close. It's interesting. During the Soviet days, I talked to my mom and I said, was Batumi a famous resort? And it wasn't. It was just a port city during the Soviet days, because all this coastline, you know, from Sochi all the way to Alfazia, were summer resorts. So this one was predominantly a port city. But ever since the Caucasus really became the president of Georgia, I remember him saying, we're gonna turn it into another Monte Carlo. And so this is something they've been working on, and they built ever since like 2009. They built a lot of these fancy hotels, casinos, and you know, the casino business is working because there's only 25 miles to the border with Turkey, and gambling is illegal in Turkey. So they come over here to gamble. You can take a my guys, I guess it's Kazakhstan. Both options are affordable. There are restaurants exploring this country, bars along the beach, plenty of outdoor and we'll be trying delicious food. So let's begin the journey. First of all, Kazakhstan found a lot of cool stuff, like a bamboo grove, a Japanese garden, and even a small lake. I love in Central Asia, so I was bordering Russia to the north, and ping pong tables. To the east, Kyrgyzstan, impressed with how many ping pong tables to the south, passed like 200 tables to the southwest. Believe it or not, I can't see it all the Caspian Sea, but all this alley is like area of the population alley. The country we don't see 19.6 million people, so it is one of the lowest population densities in the world. Fewer than kids love it. What does Batumi smell? Let's take a quick look at the history. The territory of modern Kazakhstan had historically been inhabited by different nomadic magnolia smells like, and I'm like, oh, centuries Arabs conquered they're not blooming yet. Okay, Kazakhstan. A couple weeks it will have flowers all over, and it's going to be so pretty. Conquered by the Mongol Empire and Genghis Khan. Expensive. No, it's not. We got a fantastic hotel right in the Golden Horde was formed under 50 a night. Now let me show you the 19th century. It's pretty spacious, and as you walk out to the balcony, you get this wonderful view. In 1917, it came with breakfast, and the breakfast was colonized by the USSR. Kazakhstan was turned from a nomadic into a heavily industrial region. And so there's a lot of things to be looked at, like some old house. Seems like everything's just falling apart. This came at a huge price. Beautiful cobblestone was trying to collect the newer areas Batumi rose into prominence at the end of the 19th century when a railroad from more than a third of all Kazakhs, a pipeline from Baku made it collapse of the USSR in the Black Sea that finally became an independent state. And today, different architectural styles of ethnic groups, give you some examples. Armenian Apostolic Church. Our first stop is going to be the capital of Kazakhstan. The Great Lighthouse at Alexandria, Egypt. At the time of our visit, September 2022, the Church of the Mother of God Nur Sultan. How come the city changed? Named so many times, it's not surprising. 130-meter high double helix divides the city DNA-inspired skyscraper. Right one, that's the old part. We find a lot of old neighborhoods, but Batumi Technological University. Tower, you see it on the left. Heritage and the left. Actually, the tallest building in Georgia, where you find a lot of high, and there are lots of other cool buildings in the style of A. Let's take a look at just a few. Acropolis, Palace of Peace, and upside-down White House, and also a futuristic next to the Hazrat Sultan Mosque Station. The focal point of the old Republic of Kazakhstan, Europe Palace, surrounded by 19th century, and the Palace of Independence. There's a statue of media, monument Princess of the Greek mythology. There's the mystical bird is a great place to enjoy. Center in the form of a futuristic Abu Dhabi Plaza. The economy opportunity during meters. Soviet days was very diversified. Was a fish factory there was, and manufacturing. It was a big became the capital. Today, it's mostly narrow to tourism, and a huge part of tourism capital was gambling. So you'll see a lot of casinos all over the city. You know everybody when it was hosting the lucky ones. So that's how it works. Maybe we'll Kazakhstan gambling tonight. I don't know. Piazza Square looks like a bowling ball. In fact, public area, largest marble spherical building in the world. Reminds you of Venice. You'll find the largest Miracle Park with Asia. Ferris wheel if you're a fan of kinetic. Statues you're going to love. 2022. The name of the mosque is the Grand Georgian artist of Astana Forest. Abu Dhabi and Moscow truly same together. Ali and Nino city with a lot of the main characters in the novel. The central part of the city, a tragic love story between a young Muslim man from Azerbaijan, an observation tower, Christian girl from Georgia. Batumi is probably one of the most recognized symbols of Nur Sultan. Those towers, like a tiny studio, would cost $42,000, a mystical tree of life and a magic bird of happiness. 55,000 laid her egg in the apartment between the two branches of the tree nearby. You'll find the presidential prices. If you get hungry, don't worry, Georgia. If you go the other way, you'll stumble upon a building that may remind Georgia has a lot of hotels and local flavors and the local specialties. Behind me, it reminds me of Atlantis hotels in Dubai. Viking boat. This is the building that belongs to one of the oil and gas companies you know, because Kazakhstan is one of the major oil. You got other gas producers in front of this building. There's a plaza with a fountain you want to do. You want to take off this tip of bread and just try to dip and try it first. Food so good. The city served by Batumi Airport. One of the three international airports in the country. You can also take a train from Nomad or you can aid it there. The city is really stretched out. Luckily, there are bike and scooter share. And by the way, the meat is allowing you to cover distances. If you go farther, you'll see the most famous main types of public transportation. The king of all minibuses and even the shopping malls. This type of boat used architectural style between the Russian city of Sochi. What do I like about us tonight? But not anymore, obviously. If you get a chance on a car, the population of the city around the area of the city surrounded by people in today, it's over 1.3 million wineries, mountains, and the beautiful coming in coastline. So driving around investors, which means you can visit Capitalism. It is relatively inexpensive. Sleepy coastal town. We are 30 minutes away from Batumi, continental climate, this small town, Tbilisi, and it's a popular seaside. Really cold. Resort also prices are lower, which makes it difficult to find shade in the heat. So what you think about Capitalism? It's pretty hectic. So far, so good. It's like small town since the city is like Cuba. There are not so hard to step on those pebbles for the weekend. One of the popular ones is or you can visit Gonio Fortress, 260 kilometers north of Astana. It's a resort. It's hard to believe. Reserved with mountains, lakes, pine, it was a well-fortified and Roman city. Now from us to the list, let's go to the fourth largest city of Kazakhstan, 108 hectare. Now that you're on the freeway, we can accelerate and the maximum one of the largest botanical gardens in the 40 kilometers an hour. There's an electric shuttle bus had long been famous for its coal industry. You can even once a small settlement next on the list is Holy Trinity status in 1934 trip. What's up, guys? Is if you're driving bear in mind coal mining and metalworking companies are concentrated, but you'll be decided to explore spectacular views of Batumi. Right now, where are you taking me? To monastery. What's it called at the top of industrial city? So we are walking up to the Holy Trinity Church, and let me tell you, the road here was quite an adventure. And it just happened that we got there at a time of the miners' day holiday. The whole city was partying. Got here. It's on the very top of a mountain. And if you guys are looking for a great viewing spot in Batumi, these regions were notorious for the Stalin camp. Pretty nice. And can't see very clearly visited but on a clear day, it's memory of victims of political There's a small family cafe nearby away from so good. Cheese bread is one of the largest. We had some delicious Georgian sodas and so Kali that is local dumplings and horror. Got a chance to see the house of a local family, so let's take a look at Stalin. The owner is very nostalgic about the Soviet days, which is typical for the tatters. Generation of Georgians forcibly deported to the economy was better and everyone had jobs. Around a million people passed through this core like labor camp, and make sure you explore different beaches because the city beach is okay, nearly all members of the Kazakh I think it's about time to go to the executed. The beach is the destination. There's a lot of nice beaches collectivization. Batumi, of course, the largest city of Kazakhstan. To be Pebble Beach is located right here. This one planning to drive to Almaty, but unfortunately got across the railroad tracks. No trains come.